Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all of my patrons. My name's Neil and it's time for another episode of University Challenge. This is our final match of the quarterfinal double elimination round. This match decides the fourth team to make the semifinals. The loser will go home. This is episode 34 of the current series and it's between Reading and St. John's, Cambridge, my apologies. Yeah, we're down after this match. We will be down to just 4 teams. I think we've got 2 strong teams in this particular quarterfinal match. It's going to be very interesting to see who can pull it out. But I'm excited to jump right into it. I hope you are too. Let's do that right now. This is Reading versus St. John's, Cambridge.
The quarterfinal stage of this competition reaches its final chapter tonight. Reading University beat Strathclyde, Dundee and Birmingham in their first 3 matches. Now, the team from St. John's College, Cambridge, have suffered 2 defeats in their journey here, to Imperial in round 1 and Emmanuel College, Cambridge in their first quarterfinal. But gluttons for punishment, they keep coming back for more.
My money's on Reading, but you just don't know. I'll probably end up eating those words.
Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. What adjective appears in the title of Jack London's novel about a wolf dog?
White.
Zadie?
White.
White is correct.
White fang.
Quote, there was a boy called Eustace Clarence Scrubb, and he almost deserved it. That is the opening sentence of which book of 1952?
Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Correct. Eustace Chapuis was appointed Imperial Ambassador to the court of Henry VIII in 1529, serving which Holy Roman Emperor?
Charles V.
Charles V is correct. Founded in 1925, which periodical is associated with the character Eustace Tilley? His image appeared on the front cover of the first issue.
The New Yorker?
Tatler.
That's the New Yorker. Supposedly inspired by a Persian folk tale, the word serendipity is attributed to which?
Reading Hutchinson?
Walpole.
Correct. Informal designations of seedless plants include pteridophytes, such as ferns, and bryophytes, the latter term being derived from the Greek for what organisms?
Mosses.
Mosses is correct. Seed-bearing plants include gymnosperms and flowering plants, the latter also known by what name? From Greek words meaning casing and seed.
Something sperm.
Fight or germ.
Something sperms.
Maybe. Germ.
Gymnosperms and brachiosperm.
Angiosperm is correct.
Angiosperm.
Most angiosperms are classified as monocots or dicots. Cot being short for what term? Indicating a seed leaf within the embryo of a plant seed.
Oh, jeez.
Nominate Ansley.
Cotyledon.
Cotyledon is correct, yes. Stupas are hemispherical monuments originally built to house the earthly remains of which religious thinker and teacher who died?
Buddhism.
No, you lose 5
which
points.
leader?
Which religious thinker and teacher who died in Kusinara, now in India? He is also known as Shakyamuni, or Thus Come One.
Buddha.
Siddhartha Gautama.
Correct. German terms used in academic discussion, meaning time giver, a feature of the external environment that provides a cue for organisms to maintain a cyclic pattern of behaviours, such as the circadian rhythm.
Zeitgeber.
Zeitgeber is correct.
Okay, well done.
Meaning comprehension or understanding, and associated with the philosopher Wilhelm Dilthey, a method used in social science to interpret the opinions of others by adopting their point of view.
Gestalt.
That's Verstehen. Meaning shape or form, the concept and a related branch of psychology that holds that a stimulus may be perceived in its entirety as distinct from its individual component parts.
This is Gestalt.
Gestalt.
That is Gestalt, yes. Similar in spelling, what 2 terms mean, respectively, an irregular heartbeat and the practice of using the hands or fingers when performing a medical examination
Syncopation?
as an aid to diagnosis?
Arrhythmia.
No? It's palpitation and palpation. Just over 4,000 metres in height and sharing its name with the African country in which it's located.
Kenya.
Mount Kenya.
No, you lose 5 points. Which active volcano lies close to the Gulf of Guinea and roughly midway between the Nigerian city of Calabar and the port of Douala?
Cameroon?
St. John's Chan.
Mount Benin.
That's Mount Cameroon. Mentioned in Keats's Ode to a Nightingale, what 7-letter common name is given to a variety of poisonous plants?
Hemlock.
Hemlock is correct, yes. You get 3 questions on the nucleosome, the fundamental unit of DNA packaging in eukaryotic cells. The nucleosome consists of DNA wrapped around a core of 8 proteins. Of uncertain etymology, what name is given to these proteins?
Nucleotides.
That's histone. While the length of the linker DNA separating nucleosomes can vary, the length of DNA that wraps around the core histones is largely constant. What is this length in base pairs? You can have 10% either way.
Pick a number.
10 million.
100.
No, it's much longer.
No, it's not close enough. It's 146.
Oh.
Due in part to the need for greater compaction, invertebrates' histones are replaced by protamines in the nuclei of what type of cell?
Not a clue. No clue.
Blood.
It's spermatid or spermatozoa. For your picture starter, you're going to see a map.
The Colorado
on which
River
a
Basin.
natural watershed has been outlined in red. Give the 2-word name by which this area is known.
That's the Great Basin.
Colorado River.
Sierra Nevada.
No, it's the Great Basin. I need 3 answers promptly here, so think before you buzz. In physics, what 3 SI units measure the 3 components of complex impedance, namely resistance, capacitance, and inductance?
Amps,
Reading
volts, and
Hutchinson.
ohms.
Ohms, Siemens, and Henry.
No?
Ohms, Siemens, and farads.
No, it's ohm, farad, and Henry.
Oh.
You were both nearly right. What is the meaning of the first word of English place names such as Chipping Sodbury, Chipping Camden,
Reading
and
Elmsley.
Chipping Ongar?
Market.
Market is correct. For your bonuses, 3 more of the world's largest endorheic basins. Firstly,
Righty-ho.
That's the Tibetan Plateau.
Okay, Tibetan Plateau.
it's the Tarim Basin.
Tarim Basin. Okay.
Secondly, this basin named for the endorheic lake into which most surface water flows.
The Great Sandy Basin? What's
Lake of
Lake Eyre?
Australia.
The Eyre
Lake
Basin? EYRE?
Eyre. Lake Eyre.
Lake Eyre Basin is correct.
Yeah.
And finally, this basin, also named for the lake where most surface water terminates.
The Chad Basin.
I don't know.
Lake Chad.
It's the Chad Basin is correct. You've got it. Of all first magnitude stars, which comes last in alphabetical order and has the shortest proper name at only 4 letters?
Reading Hutchinson.
Vega.
Vega is correct.
Wow, nicely done.
You will hear descriptions of 2 films, and the final 3 letters of the first title are the first 3 letters of the second.
Oh, jeez. Oh, goody.
Firstly, a 2014 film subtitled The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Birdman.
And a 2016 drama starring Casey Affleck and set in an eponymous New England town.
Is that Manchester by the Sea?
yeah.
Birdman, Manchester by the Sea.
That's correct.
Well done.
The 2015 film for which Leonardo DiCaprio won the Academy Award for Best Actor, and the superhero film released in the same year with Paul Rudd in the title role.
The Revenant. And
Revenant and Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Correct. And finally, a 2018 superhero movie with Chadwick Boseman in the title
Black
role.
Panther.
And a supernatural horror film of the same year starring Toni Collette and Gabriel Byrne.
Black Panther and Hereditary.
That's
Well
correct.
done.
Well done. I wouldn't have come up with
What
Hereditary.
surname links the author of the work on strategy known in English as the Book of Five Rings with the creator of franchises including The Legend of Zelda and Donkey Kong?
Nintendo. What? Sorry, what was the... What
Reading
did they ask
Hutchinson.
me?
Nakamura.
I misunderstood the question.
Yamamoto.
No, it's Miyamoto.
Miyamoto.
Which US state is the setting for all of these novels? Edna Ferber's Giant, Laura Esquivel's Like Water for Chocolate,
Texas.
BBC Pierre's Vernon God Little.
Louisiana.
No, you lose 5 points. And Cormac McCarthy's All the Pretty Horses.
It's got to be Texas. It's got to be Texas.
Texas.
Texas is correct,
Yeah.
yes. Like Frida Kahlo, Louise Bourgeois, and Tracy Emin, she put her life into her art. These words of the critic Jonathan Jones refer to which artist born in Rome in 1593?
Gentileschi.
Artemisia Gentileschi is correct. The Uffizi is home to one of Gentileschi's 2 surviving paintings of Judith beheading Holofernes. Which large museum in Naples houses the other?
I don't know what the museum's
Naples
name is.
museums.
Okay, pass.
It's the Museo de Capi di Monte. In 1638, Gentileschi helped her father Orazio complete his paintings for a ceiling of the Queen's house in Greenwich. Which queen commissioned those works?
Queen Mary.
No, it's Henrietta Maria, the wife of Charles I, of course. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece performed by a jazz musician and band leader. 10 points if you can name him.
Salt peanuts, salt peanuts.
Charlie Parker.
Davis.
No.
Louis Armstrong.
No, that's Dizzy Gillespie.
Dizzy Gillespie, okay.
Which British city saw the opening of an art installation known as Speedwell in the autumn of 2020, marking the 400th anniversary of the departure of the Mayflower?
Reading Elmsley.
Plymouth.
Plymouth is correct. For your music bonuses, you'll hear 3 more contrafacts of I Got Rhythm performed by jazz musicians. 5 points for each band leader you can name. First.
Duke Ellington.
No, it was Thelonious Monk.
Dear me.
Secondly,
This time I've got a trumpet. Okay.
Well, this is
Charlie Parker or Miles Davis? I don't know. I do not know. I'm just throwing out names.
Coltrane.
no, that's Ornette Coleman performing Chippy.
No.
And finally,
Didn't know that name.
this must be Duke Ellington. It must be in there somewhere.
Ellington.
no, it's Charlie Parker.
That's Charlie Parker.
Born 1929, which US Nobel laureate is credited with the introduction of the concept of strangeness and the use of the term quark in particle physics?
Reading Hutchinson.
Gelman.
Murray Gell-Mann is correct. Calculus Reading.
Oh,
In
goody.
each case, evaluate the derivative of the given function with respect to
I haven't done
x
calculus
and the
in
value specified.
30 years.
So firstly, the function x cubed plus x squared at x equals 3.
Did you say 2x or x squared?
15.
The second bit.
He said 2x.
29?
No, it's 33.
Oh, it was it must have been x squared.
The function sine x at x equals pi radians.
0?
No, it's minus 1. And finally, the function 1 over x squared at x equals 2.
1 over 2.
No, it's minus 1/4. Over 500 kilometres long, the Kemi or Kemioki is the longest river of which EU member state? It meets the Gulf of Bothnia, just to the east of
Finland.
a border with Sweden.
Finland.
Finland is correct. Words defined in the glossary of James Mill's 1818 work, The History of British India. Increasingly used in Mill's time to denote Europeans who made their fortune in India, what word is given its original sense of a very great deputy vice-regent, the
Nabob?
governor of a province under the Mughal government?
Viceroy?
Maharaja.
That's a Nawab or Nabob.
Nabob.
Secondly, derived from the Sanskrit for knowledge, what word does Mill define simply as a learned Brahmin? In modern speech, it denotes an expert on a particular subject who provides their opinion via mass media.
Guru. Guru. Guru.
No, it's pundit.
Pundit, of course.
What now
yeah.
familiar word does Mill define as the name used in Bengal for a species of country house erected by Europeans?
Bungalow.
Bungalow.
Bungalow is correct. Born in Sweden in 1929, which artist is noted for his large-scale soft sculptures of everyday objects, such as ice cream cones and hamburgers?
Reading Hutchinson.
Oldenburg.
Oldenburg is correct, yes. Mary Drew is noted for diaries written from the 1870s as a private secretary to her father. That is, which Liberal Prime Minister?
Well,
1870s?
Yeah. Gladstone.
Gladstone is correct. Regarded as a feminist icon for her posthumously published diary, what was the surname of Alice, who died in 1892, overshadowed in her lifetime by her brothers William and Henry?
James?
James. Yeah. James.
James is correct. Growing Up with the Impressionists is a title given to the diary of Julie Manet, the daughter of which leading painter who died in 1895?
It's going to be Edouard Manet, right? That seems so obvious. How is that not Edouard Manet?
She married Manet. So.
Oh, okay.
Morisot.
Berta Morisot is correct, yes.
Well done.
Well worked out. For your picture starter, you'll see a painting. For 10 points, please name the artist.
Reading
Caravaggio.
Hutchinson.
Rubens.
No?
Titian.
Titian is correct.
Well done.
First, a Rococo example.
Boucher.
That is Boucher. Secondly, a neoclassical take.
Poussin.
No, that's Kaufman, Angelica Kaufman. And finally, this Baroque example.
Oh,
Is this Rubens?
yeah, I think it is.
It could be certainly Rubens.
Rubens.
It is Peter Paul Rubens. Well done.
Rubenesque.
What natural phenomenon links the Greek deity Eos with the Roman Aurora?
St. John's Clerk.
The Northern Lights.
No, you lose 5 points.
Dawn.
Dawn is correct, yes. Give the name or term from the description. All 3 answers begin with the same letter.
Okay.
Firstly, a warship whose crew mutinied at Odessa in 1905, an event dramatized in a 1925
battleship
film
Potemkin.
by Sergei Eisenstein.
Potemkin.
Potemkin is correct. Secondly, a Cossack who led a major rebellion against Catherine the Great from 1773 to 75.
Pushkin.
Starts with P.
don't know
Can
what
we
it-
think of anything else?
Pushkin doesn't...
That's Pugachev.
I've not heard of it.
A term meaning restructuring along with glasnost. This was one of
Perestroika.
Mikhail Gorbachev's pillars of reform in the Soviet Union
Perestroika.
in the 1980s.
Perestroika.
Perestroika is correct. What is the sum of the logarithm to base 3 of 9 and the logarithm to
St.
base
John's
9
O'Young.
of 3?
2. 3.
No, it's 2.5, 2.5. I need a 4-letter word here. Black Magic, Starbore, Red Russian and Cavallonero are varieties of what green leafy vegetable?
Reading Elmsley.
Lettuces.
No, you lose 5 points.
Cabbage.
A source of calcium, iron and vitamin C.
Kale.
Kale is correct. Each question refers to 2 of the 8 major planets.
The order
Firstly,
of the 2.
which 2 planets of the solar system are respectively? Well done, you deserved that win.
Well done, St. John's.
St. John's, we're going to have to say goodbye to you. You go through to the semi-finals, Reading. Congratulations. And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Another seemingly tough episode. Like, there were a lot of unknown and a lot of questions that went unanswered or just plain answered wrong in that one. Low scoring. Reading certainly deserved the win, and I'm glad to see them moving on to the semifinals. They were one of the early standouts as a really strong team, and I'm glad to see they've righted the ship. So our semifinals consist of Imperial, Edinburgh, Reading, and Emmanuel Cambridge, I guess. So, wow. We're down to 4 guys, and I don't want to pick a horse in the race. I've been proven wrong too many times. I feel like the last couple of matches in particular have been particularly tough, so I wonder if that's going to continue on into the semifinals and ultimately the final, or whether this was just sort of a quirk of the questioning. But I really dig this series. It's a lot of fun. I love the scope, the range, just how serious and matter-of-fact it is. There's no embellishment on a series like this. It's just, what do you know? Here are questions, here are answers. Whoever gets more right wins. There's something very pure and straightforward about that. I really dig it. I hope you guys do too. Semifinals start next week, guys. This is exciting. I hope you're coming back to see me then. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.